Okay, good evening. I have 6:30. I'm going to call to order meeting number 1858 of the East Windsor Planning Zoning Commission. We are appearing virtually only this evening via the Zoom platform. We have a full board tonight, all regular members as well as our alternate. So that is our quorum. Do we have any added agenda items?
No, we do not.
Okay. There were no legal notices for this meeting.
No,
Public participation. I
there's
don't think anyone
one
else
gentleman joined. There's a Rich Toller who joined.
Okay, so is there anyone that would like to speak on anything that is not on tonight's agenda? I still show that he's connecting to audio, so he may not be able to speak yet. Give it another couple seconds here, okay? So would anybody like to speak on anything that's not on tonight's agenda? All right, I'll take that as a no. So I'm going to move on to approval of minutes. We have the minutes of our regular meeting 1857 that was held on Tuesday, August 22nd. Does anyone have any corrections, additions, alterations, suggestions?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. All right, if nobody has anything that they'd like to see changed, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of regular meeting 1857 held Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023 as presented.
There's a motion on the table for approval. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Unanimous.
Excuse me.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is receipt of applications. We did not have any. So we move on to performance bonds, actions, permit extensions, road acceptance. We have one item. It is Southern Auto Sales Incorporated and ENS bond release request for site work approval in 2008.
Wow.
Yep. So we got a phone call from the CFO from Southern Auto, who had been doing some work balancing the books over there. And he discovered a bond that had been, or it's like a CD that hadn't been closed out yet. And so we did some research to determine that that was a 2008 ENS bond associated with an addition and a parking lot expansion. Bless you. And so Len and I, we didn't access the site because it's gated and locked, but we did look through historic aerial photos, and the areas where the parking lot expansion and a swale that are appear to be stable. And so I have an email from Len supporting the release of the bond and my own assessment. And I've attached his email in the packet, as well as the aerial photos that show the areas that were associated with the bond.
Okay.
So no statute of limitations on the bond, I assume?
No, we don't get to keep. So, so we got the formal release, and that's why we brought it to you here. So we recommend releasing the remaining balance.
Okay. I mean, does anybody have any comments or questions?
No.
Yeah, I mean, as long as our town engineer is signed off and he's
Yep.
satisfied with that it's been executed, then I don't have any issues with it either, so. Is there a motion required for this, Ruth Ann?
Yep, I have a motion for consideration in the staff memo that's included in your packet in the bottom box of the memo.
Okay. All right, very good. So if nobody has anything else to add, I'll entertain a motion on this.
I'll make a motion to approve the release of the erosion and sedimentation bond, CD account number 10103080246, associated with PZ 2008-30 to Southern Auto Sales, Inc., finding that the site work at 205 South Main Street has been completed and the property appears to be stable.
Okay, there was a motion on the table to approve the release. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Unanimous. Okay. We have no continued public hearings. The one new public hearing of PZ 2023-21 is being requested to be heard on September 26th, 23rd. So that will
Yeah.
not be heard to this evening. We have no old business, no new business, no other business, no correspondence. So we're going right into our business meeting. We have the draft of the commission annual report for commissioners' input.
Did folks get a chance to read that?
Yeah, I thought it looked great.
I suggest a couple of minor edits.
Okay,
My name and Frank's name are both have typos in them.
oops. Yeah, I see. Okay,
And in the second to last paragraph, there is a sentence. We have one open alternate member position on our roster. I would delete that sentence because earlier it says there are 2 positions open.
Which is correct.
Right.
Okay, I got it. So I had a couple of other bullets to add up top where we said notable amendments to the East Windsor zoning regulations, and I listed those, but then I thought it might be worthwhile. Other accomplishments include drafting East Windsor Planning and Zoning Commission solar position statement for submittal to the Connecticut Siting Council. And the second bullet I would add is preparation of the East Windsor's affordable housing plan.
I agree to those.
Okay.
I also do.
There's one other small typo in the second bullet point down. I think it should say multi-tenant.
Oh, you're
Just
right.
while we're editing. It's like nothing, but it is a
Thank
typo
you.
there.
Yeah.
You got
Thank you.
Well, there might be a mutation in a tenant.
it. Right, a mutated tenant.
Okay. With making those additions and corrections, I think you can proceed with making a final draft of this?
Thank you.
Okay. And the other item we have is a review of the Warehouse Point Village District draft regulations and public hearing schedule.
I want to share with you. Slow to catch up, right?
We're seeing your list of files.
Yeah, I don't want to show you that. I wanted to, I thought I was sharing my screen. Let me just. Here, share. I'm gonna stop sharing. Share my screen. This. Okay. How's that? That look like a website? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to share with you a web page that Mike D'Amato had put together. Let's get that out of there. It's a full Warehouse Point study page, and it includes the regulations. So it's a an introductory. You know, we're having a public hearing. It's on the 24th. We are going to leave it open for comment. The draft regulations that the commission reviewed previously can be viewed here for folks. And the zoning map. And maybe this is good for you to see here that Mike had put together.
Mhm.
With the different zones. So these have the core Warehouse Point and the transition area. And then we were going to leave the rest as they are. And then the Warehouse Point study, all the videos are here. And then the final report with all the appendices are also available. And thank you, Mike, for doing that, because I think it really came out great.
Yeah. And I guess if I could just add, you might be wondering why we're advertising the hearings in October and November. And we pushed it out because we wrote like a bit of a press release with a photo like that one you see here and a QR code to this website, and a short narrative of what we're doing and advertising the public hearing is going to be in the Five Village Voice, which will be coming out shortly, so that we can hope to reach people in that neighborhood. So this gives us a more of a realistic timeline, so that by the time they get it, they'll still have an opportunity to participate.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, great job, Mike.
Yes, very good.
And I think the idea of putting it in the Five Village Voice that gets mailed to every household
Yeah.
is a really good idea too.
It's a good broad sweep of, touch point and touching people.
And this will still have to be regularly noticed in the JI also?
We sent a notice, and that's a question I have, and maybe Mike, you could, we noticed it for the first date, thinking it would be held open for the second.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to make sure we were supposed to say we were having two hearings. It's one hearing that's going to get continued, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're good there.
Okay.
So you should
Okay.
see the QR code come out in a little press release. It's also on the town website or the P&Z, like if you go to the Planning and Zoning Commission, you'll see the little news on the right-hand side. See at the top, Ruth, where it says public hearing.
Yeah.
So that is the press release. So that little QR code people can open with their phone, and they won't have to type it in and go to this big long website. So hopefully make people aware of it. There was a couple that attended the last meeting the commission had where we were discussing the draft. And so we did send that information to them. So because the Warehouse Point study you know, the most current version, and there have been obviously several, was more of a public thing. We really wanted to make sure that anybody that remembered that kind of saw that we were closing the loop on the whole thing. So
Good. I hope we get some participation on it.
Yeah. me too. So, and it's already been sent off to CROG. That would be the last thing to talk about.
And we should have that back, you think, by our next meeting,
yeah.
or?
Well, we just sent it last Thursday, so it'll be here before we have the hearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Do we have anything else to discuss?
No,
When is it gonna rain?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Frank.
When's it gonna rain?
Tomorrow.
We need more rain.
Yeah. Does anybody else on the commission have anything they'd like to discuss for the group?
No, sir.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
We have a
I shall
motion on the
second.
table. Is there a second?
I will second. Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Meeting is adjourned, 6:46.
That's a record.
yeah.
Record.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Have a
Yeah.
good
bye,
night.
guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Night.